Okay, and now we are live. So, welcome everybody. I'm here with James Young,
Hi.
who has a bionic hand. And I'm just waiting for the number of viewers to increase because there doesn't seem to be anybody right now. The number of viewers is now increasing. So here we have a bionic hand, a very awesome one, which I would probably want to have one in the future, even though my hand is already working properly. So, so can you tell us something about the bionic hand, which you have right here? I mean, it looks very awesome.
So yeah, the arm itself is kind of a unique bespoke creation. We made it it's funded by a video game company, Konami. They worked
Can you speak louder?
Yeah, they worked with Sophie Di Oliveira Barata. She basically creates unique prostheses for anybody that wants to express themselves and not just have something that's like an off-the-shelf solution. And so yeah, it's basically been created to represent a bit of science fiction and bring that into reality, because that's basically what I am. I'm just a science and tech geek. So
you are interested in this? This reminds me of a video game. There seems to be a problem with the focus. This reminds me of a video game. I think it's called Deluxe Evolution or
Deus Ex, yeah. Well,
yes.
Interestingly enough, this hand's made by Open Bionics, and it's a prototype version. And we created this arm. Well, it's been in the making for about 1.5 years. But Deus Ex and Open Bionics recently teamed up themselves to create a new hand, literally the one from the game.
Okay.
So I think whilst we're here, Open Bionics were at E3 in LA, and they've been unveiling that new hand. So it's pretty much similar technology, but also in another awesome format. So definitely check that out.
It's fantastic. It can display different lights, right?
Yeah.
Can you show us?
I can change the brightness and change the lights into different colors. So this is one that I coded for a tool. So whatever I want, I can get a USB plug out of the back and plug it into the computer.
Can we see that?
Yeah, it's just one of the wires that comes out. So yeah, I just plug this part into my computer whenever I need to.
Awesome. And what do you do with that? Reprogramming or?
Yeah, so there's a Teens Arduino inside, which is like a small version of an Arduino. That controls the lighting and the power system.
Okay.
The hand itself actually has another 18 mega chip inside it, so that's kind of another similar setup, but it's completely kept inside the hand unit. So it's essentially the hand and the arm are different creations. So that's something that's been 3D printed by a separate company.
It's so fantastic. What is the energy source? People are asking.
The energy source?
Yeah.
We use some, because the 12 volt motors in the fingers, they need quite a lot of juice. So we've got a high voltage lithium battery pack from...
Right now it's lithium battery?
Yeah. I mean, I actually left the panel that covers the battery at home, so you can see it there.
Whoa, that is interesting.
It's a chunky battery. It's essentially from a quadcopter, like one of the really, really big ones. So yeah, it needs like its own separate recharger because it's so chunky.
That is so awesome. You can separate it, right? You can separate it from your body.
So we just...
can we put it right here on the...
If I just stand. And then it kind of twists off like a camera lens.
That's
so that
amazing.
You just pull it off. Which is really useful for me because sometimes if I'm getting in my car, I don't really want to have this kind of interfering with the steering wheel. Because I can't really move it from the elbow onwards.
So people are asking what was the cost of producing this?
Because it's a one-off and we used a lot of artists to help 3D design and illustrate the kind of concept before. It did rack up the cost. But also the carbon fiber paneling is kind of a unique new construction. So the company were actually very good and kind of did some mates rates with us. But yeah, I think if you were to recreate it today from scratch, it would probably cost, you'd need like £60,000 probably to get
£60,000?
Because it's like
that is really costly. I mean, people who are empty, I mean, how can they afford, something like that?
Well, essentially what you would do if you were an empty trying to get into this position, I think this stuff is open source at the base. The hand itself, everything is on openbionics.com. You can basically find out how to build it, what materials you need, what software you need.
Okay.
It's actually expensive because of how we produced it, and it's kind of an art piece. But if you wanted to make your own, you could probably just design it in 3D.
With 3D printing, no, it's possible. Now, there is also interesting thing. You also have a bionic leg. So that is also another thing.
The leg isn't bionic because it has nothing that is electrically kind of mimicking human function. That's the kind of definition of bionics, is to have something that is using electronics and motors to be sort of matching a human function. But this is a completely passive leg. This is a normal standard leg.
So you plan to also have them both in the same style?
I did originally. I asked the game company if we could go for both, but the main character from the game, Metal Gear Solid 5, was the inspiration for this project. So they essentially didn't want to just do the leg. They really wanted to focus on creating an alternative functioning hand, because in the game the character has like stealth functions. He can use his arms to kind of use sonar and identify enemies, for example. So we wanted to create something that had these like weird, funky features. So.
I mean, it really looks awesome. I mean, I like the design. Can you, attach it again?
Yeah.
So we have this port. What is this for?
That's a LEMO connector, which is something that you see on quite a lot of camera equipment, but it's like a miniaturized version.
Okay.
It has 8 pins inside, and that passes the data signals from the electrodes up in the shoulder harness all the way down the arm to the hand. And it also provides power to the top half of the harness, so that I can implement features in the future. Like, I think we're planning to do another display up on the shoulder, because it's got this area that
can we see that? Can we see that? All right, look at that.
That's 3D printable, basically. I've got the files.
So this, and is it open source, or
this is our own personal design? So I'm not sure if I'm going to release the files, but this is essentially a prototype, so it's probably not going to be useful to recreate for people, especially since it's been custom designed to fit my body. So what happened is that we 3D scanned the upper body with a 3D scanner, like a 300-pound scanner from, I think it's a structure sensor, occipital structure sensor. And they're kind of iPad mounted, and they're really good for just creating really quick and easy designs. So.
Amazing stuff. Can you attach it?
Yeah.
How heavy is it?
It's about 2.3 kilos for this part.
All right.
And the remainder is also rather heavy because of the amount of silicon that's in there to make it soft.
So at which situations do you not attach it? When you sleep, when you...
Well, the harness is basically, it's all kind of strapped on with straps, which isn't the best way to attach an artificial limb. So I'm personally fundraising for titanium bone implants.
Okay.
So instead of having this whole piece, I would just have something sticking out of my bone that allows me to attach artificial limbs. And at the moment, this is kind of mounted on my shoulder, like a bit of a rucksack. It's just held on. So my arm and side can't really push it around or get much control over it, which is the problem if you're an upper arm amputee. And if I had the implant, I'd be able to lift it up to the side and reach for things, for example. So that's what I'm fundraising for at the moment, essentially. It would allow me such...
So you have a fundraising, you have a link?
Yeah, it's gofundme.com/titaniumjames, and that's...
Alright, I can post the link, on the video later on, so that anybody who wants to assist you with this project, they can donate.
Yeah, there's going to be way more projects as well. I'm remaking new arms.
It's so awesome, so amazing, and as some people are describing, you look like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I mean, half Iron Man.
Yeah, a lot of kids really love it. They come up to me.
It's so awesome, and I love how the lights, keep changing. All right, that is awesome. Yeah. All right, James, thank you so much for being with us live. This was really awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Bionic hand, and also we have a leg that will also have a similar design in the near future. Thank you so much, and
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
All right, this was Hashim from Cannes Lions in France, here in Cannes, and it's a very awesome event. So, we'll keep you posted. Thank you for watching. Bye.